All right, welcome to Entertainment News 14 of the Sunday Night Army podcast. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the YouTube/Rumble channel. Today is going to be interesting. As you probably read the introduction title, lots of stuff to talk about. So let's start off with something straightforward. If you've seen the new merch, go check it out. It's new tie-dye stuff that is now available. So check out all the 5 different patterns available for the Sunday Night Army podcast. Now, I'm finally back this week to recording some things. So I'm going to do some new YouTube stuff and Rumble stuff to begin with. And it's going to be fantastic. And then more Sunday shows are scheduled to come out throughout the next month or so that have been already recorded. And there will be more booking information coming up in the next few weeks. But all that is going to come up on the next few episodes here on YouTube and Rumble. Let's get to Entertainment News 14 on the show. Start with something straightforward. X, as in Twitter, Twitter X, whatever the hell that is now. Very disappointing. I'm going to be one of the first people to tell you I was down with Elon Musk taking over Twitter for the simplest reason of the censorship. But now, recently, it's been a pile of shit. A pile of shit because for any content creator as myself, it's killing reach. Reach is terrible right now. I don't know. The algorithm is so awful that it's really hard to get a post to reach at least 100 people. And I have 4,000 followers, and there's no way they all get to see everything. So a limited reach, and I think it's like 600 posts you get to see on a regular account. That's just garbage. I think it's making some bad moves that'll eventually end its existence. And it's not like whatever nonsense that Zuckerberg came out with the whatever stupid threads, automatically garbage also, because, well, that's literally the point of having another social media app, is to not have it censored everything you post. And that thing was so bad, it's collapsing in on itself after just a short time of being out there. But either way, X or Twitter X, it's going down the same path, just much slower now. It's unless they fix it where you can actually get posts from people you follow without having being a subscriber, with a paid service. It's garbage. It's going to be dead eventually. So that's just my thing. Just saying, just really mad about it because it just doesn't help the reach that we wanted to have at the very beginning. But anyway, Entertainment News 14, some topics to cover. Disney wants to die. Disney just wants to have itself put a bullet in it and just die. It doesn't want to do anything good anymore. It just wants to suicide itself. Okay, it's just what it wants to do. It's bad. And if you don't think so, well, you're allowed to have an opinion. That's why I have my opinion here. Let's start with Snow White. One of the latest things that have come out, and I know you guys probably seen the images of the Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs is the original story, but apparently they're not dwarves anymore. Apparently she's not Snow White anymore. So with the stories that have come out and what I'm reading online is that the dwarves aren't dwarves anymore. Okay. And they will be just random, diverse people. Okay. And Snow White will not be Snow White in peril and not waiting for Prince Charming. So technically, they're changing the entire story. So why call it Snow White? My issue is not with what they're exactly doing. My issue is with trying to interpret a story a different way wherein it doesn't need to be interpreted. Just make it a different story. Call it something else. Why change a story that's been the same for generations to make it appeal to certain people? You don't have to do that. You can create your own story, and that would be fine. That would be fantastic. Create a story, but don't tarnish a story that's already there. Okay? Makes no sense. It's like doing Red Riding Hood without the wolf, without the Red Hood, without grandma. What are we doing? Same thing. You can't have a Snow White without all these things that are supposed to be in it. Just make a separate story. You're going to piss people off. Do you like losing billions of dollars if you're Disney? Because you're going to continue. Because you've been losing billions of dollars, you're going to continue losing billions of dollars. Why? Just stick to the good shit and make separate stories. It's so hard to be creative. But you have to take an underlying story and just change it just to appeal. No, make your own story, and that is fantastic. But you don't have to take an established something and ruin it. Make something else and make it your own. Just do that. And I've been boycotting Disney for the past 5-6 years, and I've been there several times, and I'll never go again. It's just one, junky. Two, why give money to someone that hates me? So I'm never going to do that again. So that's my stance on it. And it's just wants to ruin itself. And just let it happen. I want to see the fall of Disney. So I want to see. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how they implode. And that's going to happen. If they haven't learned in the last couple of years, and they will learn the hard way with the next few years. So, and I'm not saying everything they make is woke garbage, which it is, but they want to do it. That makes it worse. They know that people will not watch it. They know people will make it controversial, and they still do it. That's not being rebellious. It's not being edgy. You're ruining context. Okay? So instead of being creative and creating something new, you're tarnishing something that's been established. Why? So there you go. I don't think this will be, I think Little Mermaid was a huge failure. It's an astronomical failure. I don't know if they even made their money back yet. And I don't think they will. I don't think they'll make a huge profit at all. And I think this will be even worse just because of the leaks and the buildup and everything else. So it's unfortunate, whatever. It is what it is. Let's go to other movies. The new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie's coming out. So that is an animated movie. Looks okay. I'm kind of iffy on the animations. I'm definitely going to watch it because I'm a big Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan. But iffy on the graphics. It's we'll see what the story's like. Hopefully it's a new take on it because I've seen them all. But I'm excited because it's something different. So we'll see how that turns out. Looking forward to that when it comes out. Twisted Metal, the series just came out. I've never played the game, but the series looks pretty cool. Cool story, and looks okay. Looks something interesting and different. So I'm definitely gonna check that out. Meg 2. So yeah, I haven't seen the Meg big shark movie. This is part 2, and might be a shitty movie, but I like crazy shitty movies like this. Definitely looking forward to Meg 2. Hopefully the CGI is pretty good. It was decent the first time around. Hopefully they didn't skimp on that on the Meg 2. This is not a movie for storylines. It's not. It's gonna be a movie for people dying by shark. So, and it's not Sharknado, so it makes me happy. The Flash, I did watch 2 movies I watched. I want to catch up on and give you a little review. I watched The Flash. Give it a good 6.5 out of 10 for The Flash, and it gets a higher mark. It's not very creative. It wasn't a very creative movie. Not a lot of storyline, really basic stuff, but it gets higher marks because of, I'm not gonna spoil it, no spoilers, but because of the near and an ending. Ending was pretty good, and all the references, and if you in the DC inner circle, you'll understand some of the ending situations that happened and some of the references to different universes and stuff. So if you really haven't seen The Flash, it's worth to see it just for the cross universe, the multiverse, where it goes and what kind of stuff you see. It's really worth that just on its own. So if you're part of like this universe in any way, definitely go check out The Flash. Rewatched a movie since I've been doing this on a couple shows now. People like it. So 2010 Predators with Adrien Brody. One of the better Predator remakes or in the genre of Predator that have come out. Okay. So 2010 Predators with Adrien Brody, where they get dropped on a planet with a whole bunch of other people, and they try to survive. A lot of fun, cool concept. Just a lot of. This is just a fun shoot 'em up movie. It's just great. So I just rewatched that. It was fantastic. Kevin, if you're in the Predator franchise, if you like the Predator movies, you will definitely like this one. I recommend you go check it out. All right, so let's get to the big controversy here on the show. Not with me for once, but with Lizzo. For those listening to any of my shows ever, will know that I am not a fan of Lizzo. I'm not. But this is just more proof that I'm right, usually, most of the time. And she's just a terrible person. Terrible person. And here's the story that I have here from The Independent. That's has a headline of Lizzo breaks silence and says dancer's lawsuits claims are false and she's not the villain. Well, you know what you're being accused of, it's kind of shitty of a person. So it says that the lawsuit claims that Lizzo pressured one of her plaintiffs into touching a new performer in an Amsterdam strip club and orchestrated a humiliating 12-hour audition process for her dancers. Also, it's claimed that she called attention to one of the dancers' weight gain before firing her after she recorded a meeting because of health condition. So much. If this, and don't even get me with this whole Lizzo body positive shit. I've done enough body positive episodes for you guys to know that I don't see that her as an advocate for body positivity. I do not. There's no such thing as healthy at any weight. Trust me. Okay. And I will address this on another episode why I am correct with this. And I have had episodes on body positivity. Just because you're obese doesn't mean you're healthy. And I would know. Again, another episode we'll cover that. But for someone who causes a lot of her own attention and brings a lot of attention to different issues, especially body shaming and things like that. Didn't she cry a lot about this within the last fucking year and a half? Well, you know what? You did it to somebody else. You did it to someone in your own crew, allegedly, and other things, which, again, as I'm right, you're a giant piece of shit. You are. Because things like this will eventually leak out if you do it enough times. And obviously, the three people that are claiming things like this happen. And there you go. Now, it's hard to hide in the media age when everything's documented. So I'm glad this stuff comes out. And this person, Lizzo, gets brought down to earth, literally, because thinks too high of herself, thinks too much of her own talent. Can't be high and mighty. And for someone who does and, reveals herself and doesn't care, as she claims, well, you know what? Well, this just brings more things to light. And who knows what else might come out. Maybe she's a worse piece of shit than we actually get to see. So I don't like her. Don't like her. Well, the music's meh. As a person, again, I was right. She's a giant piece of shit. And, it's how you treat people. Well, you know what? This is why you're treated the way you're treated. And people are finally realizing something I knew all along. You're a terrible person. And you're hopefully you turn around and do better. If it's even possible, because whatever. And then for someone who's from Detroit, which is not far from me, that way, you know what? It's a shame. Because that town has a lot of talent, and there's thousands of other artists could have used this opportunity for better, and you are not. So for many reasons, which I've covered on many other shows. So I'm not sad that this is happening to you, and hopefully it hurts, not only in mentally, but also in the bank. Hopefully they take you to the cleaners, and you can stop being a terrible person to everybody. All right. So if you liked any of this, follow, like, subscribe, hit the subscribe button, and more episodes to come of different things. I have a lot of surprises for next week, and eventually I will be announcing more bookings for music artists because we love independent music, and I will bring you the best independent artists and your new favorite music artists you will find on their show. Check out all the socials, like, follow, subscribe, all the other great things. I'll catch you guys later.